Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Brother Sister Show, a family-owned and operated podcast where two siblings keep in touch by talking about movies. This week, we're talking about Anthony's pick, Spree. But before we get to that, let's talk about what we've watched this week. But, I mean, there's only really one thing to talk about. Unless there's something else you want to talk about, Anthony.
Nothing else matters but WandaVision. Nothing else is new has happened. I mean, the semester's chugging along.
I watched Moxie, this movie on Netflix. It wasn't good.
Oh. we were browsing Netflix, and Kayla was like, "You got Moxie, kid."
It was okay. I mean, it was. I was talking about it in my a chat, the chat at work, and I guess my review is too not spicy, but I just said that I felt like it. I liked the kind of movie it wanted to be, but it just didn't fully go there, and because it's about feminism and whatnot. And I also just I really hate when movies have side, quote unquote, side characters that have such a more interesting story and underrepresented story, and just I want to watch them more, and they're still side characters.
That sucks.
Especially in a movie about intersectional feminism, and I was like, I want to know more about them. So that it just felt very tired to me. So that's the only thing I have to say about that movie. I mean, it's fun. Like, there has some fun moments, and I do like teen movies as a cute little love story, but But then
WandaVision. Oh.
Okay, so I stayed up for it, and I kind of wish I didn't, just because I was very tired the next day, and it just didn't feel worth it.
Did you sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I worked at 8 or 9 or something, so it wasn't that bad. But I don't know. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I did too.
I think I'm not used to watching something, or not binging something. And so to wait for something, I think I hadn't done that since maybe Game of Thrones, to wait for an episode to come out. And so to me, I feel like I disappointed myself in that way. I don't want to say WandaVision disappointed me. I think it was totally a me thing. But separated from that, I did really like it. And I think for once, I think my big critique about a lot of Marvel stuff is that it just builds up to the next movie. And I feel like this did it, but it did that, but in an interesting way. I still loved the show, and looking back on it, I think it's a really good show. Uh-huh. And I actually am excited for what's next. So
that's big.
I know. I mean, I'm not fully reformed. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but the fact, just it's a stepping stone, I feel. Hopefully. Well, a couple things. Mm-hmm. Ralph Boner.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that. I don't get it, but I kind of do now after watching a TikTok.
So here's what I think.
It's my entire life.
TikTok has opened up my eyes.
Okay, so I understand communism because I watched this one TikTok.
Okay, so here's what I think about Ralph Boner, and this is my immediate thought when I saw the last end credit scene, and Kayla was like, "What the hell was that?" with Ralph Boner, and I was like,
"Oh wait, what?"
No. After the whole experience.
I was like, did I miss another fucking thing?
No, just after the entire experience was over. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Immediately I was like, there's no freaking way. It's just a boner joke. I mean, this is also me wishfully thinking, as I'm sure every MCU fan has been this entire show. We just, Mephisto, Wonder Man, so many different things. The multiverse. So my wishful thinking is that, it was a Ralph Boner joke. It was a boner joke, but it was not. It was created by Quicksilver. Now, if we look at when Quicksilver was introduced in the Fox universe versus how he was introduced in the show on that last episode with that like man cave kind of thing. It
It's
just
the
feels
same
so
one.
it just feels so on character for him, you know?
Do you want to know I think my TikTok theory that I heard will make you feel better about it.
Okay. I saw a TikTok and it just like confirmed what I believed.
Then what was it? Because it might be the same one.
Essentially it's
Okay,
like there's no way
it's
that
a
he's just
coincidence.
hiding. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, what do you mean? There's no way he's just hiding. What do you mean?
No, there's no way that it's not Quicksilver,
Oh,
that
okay.
he's just
Yes.
hiding.
Got it. Okay, so what this TikTok said is that I need to save these so I can like credit whoever it was, but they basically said at the very beginning, and it's one of those things that if somebody didn't look back on it or if you didn't watch it again, then you would completely miss it. Where when they first get to Westview, Jimmy Woo says that like they're talking about the people that are in there, and he says that he has somebody that's in witness protection in there.
Yeah.
And they think because they don't really tell us who that is ever, and so they think it's him, and so that's why he has a different name, especially when I forgot her name, but the lady that was in his room, whenever she says Boner, like Ralph Boner, and he laughs, they're like, why would you still laugh if your last name was Boner?
Yeah, it's just so on character for him to create that or to have that name, to
Yeah,
have that
exactly.
room. So I think
It's definitely him. I think all signs point to it being him.
yeah, and I think this show is so great because looking back, like 5 years from now, when Phase 4 has ended, whenever how long that it will take, maybe another 10 years, whatever. Like this will be the start. Like where do
Mhm.
you start to watch Phase 4? Oh, you need to start at WandaVision, you know,
Yeah.
or maybe not. Maybe you need to watch something else. I don't really know the timeline right now, but
Yeah.
I think it's definitely like there's so many interesting things that they like questions they didn't answer whatsoever. Like
I kind of like that though,
what
yeah.
happened to Vision? Like he just
Yeah, I was
Vision
confused about that.
dipped.
Well, mostly because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, with
But
the whole
whenever he
Theseus ship of Theseus thing.
I was so confused about that.
It's
Where
very
I told
interesting.
like when they were just floating in the air, I was like, Sebastian, they're gonna make out. Like they were just like dancing with each other. And then like Wanda was just like, throwing everybody and fighting the military. And he's like, do you want to read a book with me? Like they're just like in the library.
Some of the
um
CGI too is a little weird
yeah,
with
I didn't like
Vision.
that. I don't like I think I just don't like the way that his fighting style is where they when they like throw when the other Vision throws him and he stops, it looks so like fluid and I
Oh,
just don't like how it looks. I did like the rune shit. I knew that was gonna happen, and I
oh,
like when I know stuff is happening in a Marvel show because I usually don't.
I didn't know that was gonna happen. It blew my mind.
I did. I told Sebastian it's the fucking runes, and he was like, "What?" And then they showed them. Um, yeah, Catherine Hahn, amazing. I needed more though. What else? What else happened? Oh, I'm kind of confused about. So I think I do believe that is Quicksilver. I don't. I don't think they would fall into that Game of Thrones trap of like setting something up and just never going back to it.
Right.
They're not going to do that. I'm pretty sure that's him. Um, what else? I am confused about the first end credits scene. And she's like, she takes off her face and it's an alien. I'm like, okay, who the fuck are you? And then
Did you watch
somebody
Captain
wants
Marvel?
to see, yeah, but like once and a long time ago.
So
Sebastian said probably Nick Fury.
yeah, it's probably Nick Fury, or it could be the the guy in Captain Marvel, the Skrull in Captain Marvel that was like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know. I don't know how to explain it to you.
That's fine. If it's somebody, I figured it was somebody from Captain Marvel, but
It could
I
be
didn't know
Nick
if I was
Fury. It could
supposed to know
be
who that
one of the
is.
Skrull. But it just sets off a whole bunch of stuff with the secret war, secret invasion, where the Skrull are impersonating like important people, powerful people in the world. And I don't know if you remember when Wu gets captured and he takes he steals that phone and he calls someone and he's like, he says, I forgot what the name was, but in the comics, he's a prominent figure in the FBI who is a Skrull. What
I
else?
know. And then the last credit scene. Well, wait, we didn't even talk about Vision. So I was confused about the whole Vision thing because I guess I wasn't paying attention when he like flew up into the air cuz
Yeah.
I thought they like combined.
Oh, no.
And I don't know how I made that up in my mind. I
Well,
think I was
that
just
kind
like
of did.
delirious at that point. But yeah, but I thought he switched and he like the Vision that was like doing stuff with Wanda at the end was the Vision that's like fully formed.
Oh,
And so whenever the thing came for them and I thought he was just gonna stay, he wasn't going to leave and she was gonna be like, what the fuck's going on? And when he did it, I think I paused it or I looked at Sebastian and I was like, wait, what? What happened? Why is he dead?
where is he going?
But that was just my mistake. So
Do you
I'm
understand what
assuming
happened? Or
that he gave him like his memories.
yeah, he just gave him his memories and
I
then
understood that, but then I thought they like meshed.
oh
I don't know how.
no.
But and then I guess he's gonna figure out he has to go on a trip to figure out who he is. I don't
He has
know.
to go figure out his life.
He has to what is it called? I need to go find myself.
I need to go to my quiet place.
Yeah.
Like in Hot Rod.
Like in what?
Like in Hot Rod.
Oh yeah.
And he does like the dance in the woods.
Dumb. That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that. And then I did understand the last one, kind of, because that's what's his face did, right? When he was studying
Yeah.
or
The
something.
gosh, I forgot what it's called, but yeah. Astral projection.
Yes. I mean, does that
But
mean anything?
well, we learned that she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme.
Who's that?
That
Do I
so
know?
in Doctor Strange, that's the ancient one in that movie. She's the
Tilda
Sorcerer
Swinton?
Supreme. Yeah, she's the
She's the Sorcerer Supreme.
yeah,
Okay. Sorry.
meaning that she's the most powerful sorcerer, right?
Okay. Isn't she dead?
Yeah, she died, so it's
So how is she
well,
powerful if she can die?
she lived a long life. She was very very old.
When did she die?
Oh my gosh, in
In the
Doctor
Doctor Strange
Strange.
movie? Okay. Oh, I'm confused because she came back for one of the Avengers
They
ones, but because
no,
he went back in time.
yeah, they went back in time,
Yeah, I know.
and that's when we
This
found out
thing's
that
fucking confusing. Okay.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. And in that Avengers, she says that Doctor Strange is supposed to be the most powerful Sorcerer Supreme. He hasn't become it yet, but
Wait,
in
you can become one?
no, he was like destined for it, right?
Okay. Okay.
There's only one. There's only one Sorcerer Supreme. Sorcerer Supreme.
So is it like the Pope? Where they like
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the Pope.
okay. It can
But you can, but you no, don't.
What? Do you know what I was gonna say?
Probably.
No, I'll make the joke later. No, it's okay.
So we learned that Wanda's more powerful than him because she uses chaos magic, right? Yeah, and it's shown in the end credit. The last end credit scene is she's astral projecting while her physical body is still like conscious and doing stuff.
Oh, can they
Doctor
not do that?
Doctor Strange could only do it when he was passed out, like
Oh,
he was
interesting.
asleep, and he could
She's just like
astral
making
project.
tea and shit.
Yeah, so
Got
it's
it.
like, oh shit.
And then you could hear her kids like screaming, right?
Yeah.
Is she
So,
trying to figure out how to bring them back or something? Or is she just learning shit?
well, she at that moment she's learning a bunch of
Mm.
stuff, and the Doctor Strange theme is playing, but it's like kind of like in a
Slow
different.
down or something, right?
Yeah, it just sounds a little
I think
like
that's what
more
Sebastian
menacing.
said. Mhm.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit more menacing.
I got
And
excited because I asked him, does that mean she's gonna be the villain in the next movie?
you see, here's my theory. Here's what I think is going to play out in Doctor
I can't
Strange
believe I'm interested in this.
in Multiverse of Madness. Here's what I think.
Okay.
Because we learned that her kids are somehow alive, right? Or
Yeah,
she's
that
made
confused the fuck out of me.
she's made to believe. So what might happen is Mephisto might try to convince her that he can get her kids back. but it's just like some bruise or something. Anyways, I think she's gonna try to get her kids back by creating the multi or ripping the multiverse, whatever. Doctor Strange will find out about
Mm.
it, and it'll be like, "Hey, you can't do that. The multiverse is gonna lose its mind. I'm supposed to like protect it, whatever." And then fights ensue, like kind of yeah. So I think that's what's gonna happen in the next movie. Um,
Interesting. Now I'm interested. God damn it, they got me.
they got you. You're hooked.
I am actually very hooked.
That's what I think is gonna happen. Regardless, I think it's gonna be really cool.
I'm actually excited. I'm confused on how it all goes together, but maybe I'll learn.
Yeah, I mean,
But when does the spire? When is like what? I guess I need to look at the fucking timeline of when everything comes out. But is it this Doctor Strange one and then Spider Man?
oh, like release rate or release? Yeah, I don't
When
know.
does
I
Doctor
know
Strange come out?
2022.
Really?
I don't know when Spider-Man comes out.
Hmm.
I all I
Okay.
know is like in the grand scheme of things, right after WandaVision, Far From Home happens. Wait,
What's
yeah,
Far From Home? Is that the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
yeah.
I saw a TikTok that he's not a nice person, and it made me sad. I think that's the way we should end to go to the break.
Yeah, let's get to the break.
Thirsty for a following, Kurt Kunkel is a rideshare driver who has figured out a deadly plan to go viral in Spree. Directed by Eugene, Kotyarenko. Oh, written by Eugene Kotyarenko and Gene McHugh. Starring Joe Keery, Sashir Zamata, and David Arquette.
As for how much it cost, we don't really know, but we know how much it made. Opening weekend, about $20,000 US to gross about 29,000. Worldwide, about $44,000. So it didn't make a whole lot, but
Probably limited release.
yeah. Critics gave it a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb, a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 41% on Metacritic. So probably one of the lower rated movies we've ever picked.
And still generous.
Yeah, I mean, there was
Right.
some interesting aspects of this movie.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so let's just get into it. So we start with an introduction into Kurt's world. And basically it's just a bunch of videos of him like doing what I did like is that they did follow some of the trends that YouTubers and people trying to go viral do. So he did that like draw my life kind of thing, which was actually I feel like it was more popular in like 2010, like not even like pretty a pretty long time ago.
Yeah, definitely when I was in high school, like beginning of my high school career.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a lot of those.
And then he's just hanging out with his dad, who's a DJ, played by David Arquette. And the acting choices from him are very questionable. And then he's streaming games. So I guess you could say you and him are very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah, we are.
Just vaping alone in his room. And this opening just made me very sad.
It did.
Just probably one of the saddest and creepiest openings I've ever seen.
And for one of the creepiest. You let's put that on the record. Do you think
Probably,
this is the
yeah.
creepiest? Well, I thought it was. I feel like Joe Keery did a good job acting in this movie because, like, it felt totally believable. Like, if he wasn't in Stranger Things, if this was his first thing, I'd be like, yeah, this is him.
I would say the most compelling part of the movie was this part because he's really good in this. To me, he's very good in this part of it, pretending to be a YouTuber, talking to the camera. Like it does feel like he's been doing that for a long time. But towards the end, once he starts to grow out of that and like become, whatever he's starting to become, and the camera, I don't know, the camera's on him at all times, right? But he's, like, not talking to them as much, or I don't know, it just, the more we know about him or the more he's on screen, the less I liked it, is what I'm trying to
I
say.
can see that.
But I did like you said, I did like this opening. I thought it was very funny. And I feel like this movie, I do like a shift in genres, but one thing I will say throughout is this movie, I don't know I don't know if there's a disconnect in what I wanted this movie to be or of what this movie wanted to be. But there was some
Right.
sort of confusion that I had. And because, especially because this beginning was pretty funny,
Yeah.
and I was expecting the movie to be kind of like a tongue in cheek, like I knew he was going to kill people, right? Like that's what the synopsis was leading to. That's what the poster looked like, but I thought it was going to still be like funny and trying to be, just like one of those weird movies that's, I feel like I've seen it before, but I can't like pick it out. But then it tried to go the opposite direction, but I don't know, it just we'll get more into it. But then we see a little title card explanation thing that says that Kurt has been posting content for over 10 years, but only getting a small amount of engagement and views. And I think they said they never really, it was very rarely that the view count went to the double digits,
I feel that.
which, and I guess to put that into perspective, I don't know if we've had an episode that has not gone to double digits, which is not to that, all that to say that's not hard to do. So the fact that he can't do that is very, it just shows you the kind of, like, people just don't want to see him. Like he's either not good at what he's doing or people just don't like what he's putting out.
It's,
Um
like at the very least, it's not what the thumbnails he's picking, the titles he's picking is just not enticing whatsoever.
yeah, and he's just not, I mean, it seems like the only way he's trying to promote himself is just by getting other people to do it for him, which not a good strategy. He's throughout this movie, I mean, I don't know, I'm talking about social media strategy, but like he's banking on the fact that other people will tag him, but he's not actually
Bobby.
doing anything on his own. Yeah, exactly. And so after this, this is when I realized when they were showing some of his Instagram that I feel like I've seen people that I follow interact with this account.
Hmm.
And because I remember seeing Joe Keery like all on my timeline, or just like people interacting with him and posting about him and tagging him and stuff. And I was like, oh, was this what this is for? Because when it happened, but that's the thing that makes me realize that I don't think I like this movie. And especially because all of those times I saw this account on my feed, I never looked into it. I didn't even know that it had anything to do with the movie.
That's so funny.
So, I mean, the movie, you can think what you want about it, but the marketing of it is very smart what they did. And that, I looked at the account and I have it tagged if you want to see it, but it has like 80,000 followers. It's verified. It posted, the last time it posted was 11 weeks ago, which is like a long time, but not as long as I thought it would be.
It's verified. Yeah, I have it
Yeah,
pulled
as
up
I
right now.
said.
I was scrolling through it right now.
And I mean, I guess that worked. Maybe it's just, maybe what I'm realizing getting to this point is that I'm not like super old, but I feel like this movie and that marketing is just not for me. Or I would have liked this if it was I think a different movie. Um
Probably.
Interesting concept though, an interesting idea. It makes a lot of sense, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so after this, we see another title card that says that Kurt finally gets an idea on April 12th, 2019, he goes viral. And then we get into the story. So we see him setting up this thing called the lesson. And I think this is where my first problem comes in, because like why would they, I still don't really know what that means. Like why that was a whole, like what the point of that was. I guess is it like he's trying to teach people a lesson? If so, what is it?
Yeah, I think this was like one of their like motifs that they wanted to really pay off towards the end because of that kind of shift that happens at the like climax of the movie, or where you think is going to be the climax of the movie, and it
Yeah.
it just didn't pay off the way that I think they wanted it to.
Yeah, I think I liked the idea of him having he had a big idea that he was gonna
Right.
pull off, but for it to be called The Lesson, I feel like I wished it was more of alluding to the fact that he was gonna murder people. The
Oh,
lesson? Like, what is that? Like, and also, I don't know, it just feels like what am I trying to say? I just think it just goes into that thing like I was talking about before, where I don't know what this movie is trying to be. And it
right.
also doesn't like you said, there's no payoff because we don't see how he gets to this point. We see, like I said, the sad opening, but I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, I'm excited to see how he turns." And it's still like, I feel like that opening and then who we see at throughout the movie, those are 2 totally different people. But, maybe that's the point, I don't know, it doesn't feel like I don't how did he go to that level? What was the breaking point that made him switch to murdering people? You know,
I don't know.
it just feels like it doesn't feel like something I was born in him or that, like, he was capable of, it just felt like a writer said, "Oh, yeah, I think it'd be interesting if he killed somebody."
He's
And
gonna
that's
kill
not
now.
yeah, that's not interesting, you can't I mean, feel like you have to build to that,
I
but
get that.
alright, so they do I did like one thing that they not one not just one thing, but this one specific thing they did, where they set up the way that we'll be seeing this movie, because I was kind of especially when movies or shows are supposed to be taking place on, like, an app or on a streaming service, something like that, I always get nervous about that because it either works very well or it doesn't at all. And I think it does work in their favor this time because he does explain to us how we're going to see the movie. That if you pay for his premium subscription, then you can like move the angles as you want them. So you see like every part of the car, and then you can also see his phone.
I thought that was really cool, and that was like probably the best thing about this movie for me is just its
Yeah.
unique choices throughout the entire thing that don't really make it like I didn't get tired over it or tired of it.
I will say that's the one thing I did like about this movie is, like you said, the format wasn't annoying.
Some points it got confusing and it like made you think about like what the hell is happening. And
Oh,
I'll bring up some points where I'm
okay.
like specific examples, but let's just keep on moving.
Okay. Um, so then we get to so during this lesson, whatever the fuck it's called, he basically is gonna be streaming while he's on Spree. And I guess I wasn't paying attention, but I at first I had to change my notes because I thought Spree was the streaming app. But Spree is
Spree's like
the
Uber.
and you know what makes me upset about the naming of everything? Why why not call the Uber app something else and call his viral hashtag thing instead of the lesson, call it Spree? Because
Yeah,
that has a lot of meanings in it.
yeah. I was gonna say there's no way an app is called Spree
For
because
a ride share?
it sounds like I'm going on a killing spree. Like that's the
And so
only.
why doesn't he say you know what I mean? Switch it around. He should have been like, "I'm y'all are gonna follow me on a spree," and nobody knows what that means until he starts killing people. But the lesson, we don't know what that is, and then when he starts killing people, I'm still like, "Okay, but what is the lesson?" I'm confused about what that is. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I completely understand.
And also, spree for a rideshare app is just not a good name.
It sounds stupid.
Let's get a spree. And they said that throughout the movie, and I was like, "What?" And after that, we get to the first passenger, whose name is Frederick, who is immediately freaked out by the amount of cameras in the car, which there are a ton. I don't know if I counted them exactly, but there's a lot.
At least
And
6, excluding the phone.
the phone. Oh yeah, yeah. And then there's just angles on each side from the back. There's just so much going on. And fun fact about this Frederick guy too, is that he's a bigot. So he said that he is like going to um he's doing a speech to like 3,000 people or something. And I don't know, this was also another like why sprinkle that in that just felt very it didn't feel natural. It just felt I don't know, it just felt strange. And I think I don't know what they were alluding to exactly when he was like, "Well, you have to tell your friends not to or you have to tell your friends that you're not gonna make it." And I was like, "Oh, is he gonna say it's like a KKK rally or something?" I don't know. It was a very weird thing to add. And between this, we also meet Kurt's friend. I don't think this is the first time we've met him, but we learn more about him. His name is Bobby Basecamp. And he seems fun. I guess I
The
don't know how to describe him.
the introduction, like at the beginning,
Mhm.
they also introduced, like we talked about introducing Kurt, but they also
Yeah.
introduced Bobby, and his introduction is so funny. Like I love it made me laugh so hard when he was on the hoverboard and he stole that guy's phone and then he stole it again.
Oh, and then he was like, he just gave it back to me.
Yeah, he was like, I really need it. I need my phone. I need your phone to call someone really fast.
Like so
Nice.
sincere.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he just seems like the worst person.
Yeah.
Um and back to the car, the more they drive, the weirder Kurt is getting. And I don't know, that's when the acting started to slip for me. And then the guy starts choking on the water that he's drinking. And we see this part I kind of liked when he started choking on the water. And then we cut between scenes that we saw before, but we didn't fully see, where he was talking about preparing water. And at first I was like, oh, this is kind of like, why would you make a video about putting water in an Uber? But he was making a video about how to like poison or put something and slip something into water without people noticing. And I thought that was kind of cool. I wish they kept there's certain things where I was like, "Oh, a good this is a good part of it," but I just feel like you went deeper. I feel like you did some I wish you went like did something else, you know? But you can't
I,
have it all, I
I
guess.
guess I liked it. Like like how he was kind of a little playful with it, especially with. I feel like it was like for the character, it wasn't like it was all sincere. I don't know. I guess that does confuse me a little because it doesn't. Why is he doing this? What does this
That's
even
what I
mean?
mean. I can't think of the motivation that he had. Like why exactly did he feel like he needed to do this? I still don't really have the answer for that. Other than I guess going viral, but like what drove you to thinking something like this would go viral? What you know like what I just there's nothing that got us to this point other than he just really wants to go viral.
Yeah, and even with that, like I want to go viral. Killing someone, I mean, killing someone regardless is wild, and I can see a lot of people like I don't know, like killing someone that way isn't the most exciting thing, I guess, to watch. Like, you know what I mean? I know it sounds
Yeah.
really weird.
How do you want to watch people die then, Anthony? Please let us know.
I'm not gonna answer that question, but like doing
Yeah,
it
I
through the
know.
water, you know what I
And
mean?
we also don't see how he gets rid of the body. I thought that was
Yeah,
strange. Like that we just cut to the next thing. Yeah, I don't know. I see what you mean. Especially like what I kept thinking about is what I feel like there's just so much of the context or so much of the backstory that we didn't get that I feel like we needed. Like what I mean is what this movie felt like it was inspired by was I don't know if you're well, everybody remembers, but the whole Logan Paul like forest thing.
hmm
Show something like that where it was, you know, I guess that was the point of the end, but to see that this was like such a big thing that happened and how disgusting it was, like I truly remember exactly that night that I didn't watch. I'd never seen the video, thank God. But I don't know if you remember that Logan Paul thing, but I
yeah.
remember that exact night when it happened. I didn't see it, but I remember I think going on Twitter and seeing that like just reading what happened and I felt sick to my stomach. It that that one reading just what happened in that instance gave me more of a reaction than this movie did. And so what I mean is like I don't obviously what he did was terrible, but I feel like that is the thing that they're trying to show with this that Logan Paul did something like the one of the worst things that you could probably do and put it on YouTube, and he's fine. And he went viral, right? And so that that made me sad more than this movie could ever have done. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the snippet, or that's the part of life and of fame and of YouTube that he was trying to that whoever made this movie was trying to show us and make us disgusted by, but I don't know if it worked.
Because of the way he killed him.
Not exactly, but I mean, maybe, but also just I think of the parts that felt like it was trying to be funny, that I just don't really know what this movie is trying to do.
Yeah, and I think you could argue. We'll get into it later. It's too far. Far
Okay.
gone.
All right, so the next thing, we'll go to the next passenger. So the next passenger is Andrea, and she drinks the water pretty fast, doesn't really talk to him because she's on the phone. And I just don't understand what he's doing. And
Mhm.
I guess I did like the creepy way that he was just talking to the cameras like he was just a regular streamer, YouTuber. But I also, at this point, because we hadn't seen their body like be put anywhere, I thought he was just knocking them out. And the way that they died, I mean, I've never seen somebody die like that, so I guess I shouldn't critique this, but it just
Really fast
felt
out.
very like, yeah, just like what I mean, I don't know. It just that also felt like a YouTube sketch kind of thing.
Yeah, I felt like it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna build up to more of the house that Jack built, or the house that Jack built, like
Jock.
type that type of, like,
Yeah, and maybe
something like that. You ever seen that movie?
yes. Not all the way, but most of it. Like, are you talking about like okay, so what maybe that's maybe that's the issue with me, is that I feel like if you're trying to make a commentary, or if you're trying to make a scary movie about a topic like this, or I don't know what they were trying to do, but I guess my expectation, or what I thought it was headed for, and why I was disappointed in how and how he was killing them, I guess, was that I did think about that one scene with Uma Thurman in the house that Jack built in the car.
Hmm.
And that was very like, imagine that happening. But I guess it does make sense to build it up because I don't, but does it? Because I mean, the whole point of him not getting viral in the first place is that he doesn't know what to do. Like, he doesn't know how to make good content. And I wouldn't say this is good content, but like, you know what you're saying about how why wouldn't you do it in a more interesting way? Like, he doesn't know how to do that.
Mm.
But then like, what was he planning exactly?
Yeah, it
I don't
just.
know.
I'm, I'm very lost now. I don't know.
How are you lost?
I don't know any of the. I don't know any of his motive. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's just the entire issue. At least with me, that I don't get, it doesn't feel like this is a big stake to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. But all right. Oh, and that's why my next note is just like, what movie is this? Like, I feel like it wants to be creepy, but then it's trying to be funny, but like, I think the only movie I can think of that did what it's trying to do well is Creep, where that movie's very, very funny.
Hmm.
But there it can turn to very funny and very creepy to very scary, like really quick. And I wanted that movie to do this, but it just ended up being so bland to me. After this, he picks up this like this douche. Okay, and
Mario.
maybe that's another thing, huh?
Mario.
Oh, was that his name?
I'm pretty sure.
Looks like a Mario, I guess. But okay, so that's the next thing that bothers me, is that it feels like they're trying to make Kurt interesting, but every other character that's surrounding him is just a 2D version of what the trope is that they're trying to be. Like,
Yeah.
this guy's got a deep V, muscles, and greasy hair. And then the real estate agent, she was literally holding a cactus. So she's like holding something that's prickly, and she's a prickly person. And she's just on the phone, doesn't talk to him at all. And then we've got the second, not the first, but the white guy that like goes into the car and he's a white supremacist. Like it just feels like everything is, I don't know, one after the other is just like a fucking sketch, like a comedy sketch, you know?
It's like a carpool karaoke, but
But with bad acting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then he picks up Jessie because it's a ride share. But she cancels as soon as she sees him, which I thought was funny. And I thought, but obviously it's the best option. She just heard the music, saw the guy, and she was like, nah, never mind. But then she still somehow decides to get in a ride with him in even worse stakes than like the last time at least somebody was tracking you. This time you don't nobody knows where you are. It just why would you I don't understand why she would do that.
It seems weird to me that throughout the entire ride, the Deep V guy, Mario, I think his name was, is like bullying him, is bullying Kurt.
Yeah.
And then whenever, well, I guess Mario bullies Kurt into forcing her to come in. So never mind. It just seems weird that like Kurt was the one who basically bullied Jesse to come in.
Well, I think he heard that she was famous, and so he's like, "Oh, I need her," you know?
Well,
And
he
so he
found
was
out after.
motivated by that. No, I think that's why he, like, begged her to come into the car.
Mm,
Right?
I
I don't
don't
know,
think
I
so
don't
because when
remember.
they get in there, Mario is like, "I think I know who you are. Like I think you're famous," and he says the "all eyes on me" bit.
Oh, I don't know.
A lot of this movie isn't memorable. I'll give you that.
Okay, so next, Kurt oh, yeah, I guess so, because Kurt gets very excited when he learns that she's a famous comedian, but that she has a lot of followers on Instagram. That's something that's very important to him. And this scene in particular, I mean, I don't care for this movie as much, but I remember this scene specifically with the three of them in the back of the car, or not in the back of the car, just in the car. It was just very awkward and like not funny at all. It just felt, I don't know, it felt all fake. Like it felt like somebody was feeding them lines and they were like, "You're are you serious? You're a bad person." You know, like it was just I just hated it so
Especially with the
much.
recording, because he was like, "Hey, what's up,
Yeah.
Mikey here? I'm here with Jesse Adams." Like all that is just like
And she
way
was
over
like,
the
"Look
top.
at this guy."
Look at
He
this
like they all had
bozo.
this yeah. Ugh,
No one says
so
bozo.
bad. After this, Jesse storms out, and Kurt takes the guy in the middle to the middle of nowhere, and then he runs him over and kills him.
That that like that's when the shift happens where he like, because he doesn't kill him with the water, the poison water. So
Mhm.
I feel like this is when he's like, "I gotta make this more exciting."
Well, and it happens even more. So after this is when he goes to the gas station, and this is the part that kind of made me laugh, where he thought he was like, "Oh, did you see that?" And he was kind of like amped up, and you see his viewer count. He's only had 6 viewers the entire time. I think I was at its peak. And his friend Bobby said because it was quote stale content, which kind of made me laugh. And then we see this video. I think we cut to a video of Bobby because he's like, I think he told him like, "Well, you did that homeless hero thing," and he was like, "Dude, just like watch it again." And he watched it again, but I still was like, "Okay, why did he tell him to watch it again? I don't
Yeah.
get it." So we see the video where his friend fakes giving money to homeless people, and it just went viral, I guess. And his friend tells him that he needs to up his game, and he does so by driving like a crazy person with his next group. And this next group was, it's, yeah, I don't know. I can't believe that people like this are real, but I guess this is in LA, so I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
they're, but, but they just like want to have a crazy night. They want to, they, there's this like trope in movies, especially about like, younger, I guess our generation, where they're like, we all we want to do is just like make Instagram content. Like this night didn't happen if we didn't Instagram it. Like that's like one thing that's in movies all the time, and
Yeah.
I've literally never heard that said before. And I mean, it's something that's unspoken, I guess. Like that's why people have an obsession with it, but to just call it out blatantly like that is so boring. Show it. Like why would you be like, we need to find something interesting for our Instagram? Okay. Like that's just like I don't know. I didn't it would just felt like lazy writing. Um
I could see that.
okay, so after this he takes his next passengers to a junkyard where two of them are mauled to death by dogs. And then he drills one of them. He drills a hole. Okay. I have to expose myself. I I watched this movie, I think I want to say Sunday night maybe, but I don't know what was wrong with me that night because my notes, I read them the next morning and they were like I could not
None of it made sense.
understand them. Well, I remember that I couldn't figure out how to say what he did. I kept writing like he drills into her skull and I was like, "Wait, that's not it." And
I
I
mean,
just kept I mean, I guess, but no, I said something else like he drilled her skull or it was like I it just every time I typed it, I was like, this isn't what I don't know what to say. And so I just gave up and I said, I'll just figure it out.
it's
But
funny
he
because
drills a hole into her skull, is what I'm trying to say.
in like her eye or whatever, or that's what it looks like, and uh, that looked dumb. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like when
He
he
was
reached
like,
over, he was like, "Ah, ah." It was dumb. That was dumb.
yeah, yeah, it was very bad. And still nobody's watching after all that. And also, how is his car not just absolutely covered in blood? It just felt like there
Oh
was like a little splatter on the window and that was it.
yeah, especially on the inside. Well, I mean, I think it was after this is when he gets the car wash.
He doesn't get it detailed though, so how is there not
That's true.
blood everywhere?
Plus, it
I don't
was
know though.
he
Why I
was
don't
driving
want
a
to make sense of
Prius.
this.
Yeah, so it wasn't like leather on the inside.
Yeah, I don't know. And there is one part that did make me laugh, and it's after he starts watching that Jesse Adams, the comedian, he starts watching her live. Or he looks at her content and he's starting to watch like her stories, watching her live. And the whole time I was just annoyed because he was just like, this is not uniform. This is bad. Like he just was like I
Oh,
don't
because
know,
there's a
just
vertical, or she records all her stories horizontal.
yeah, and he was like, your content's not what did he say? Uniform. Yeah, that was the word. But he was like, I deserve this. I like it was it just felt like there was no showing, there was only telling. Like he just told us like every single thing that he wanted us to know. I
hmm
deserve this. Like what okay, but fucking show
But
us. Why do you keep telling us?
like think of he's not like he's been making or he's been making videos for a long time, but he's obviously not good at it. And from his perspective, that's what he thinks good content is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and as somebody who does work in social media, a lot of people do think that. I mean, I always laugh when I see videos that are like, "Here's I'm gonna teach you the secret to get viral on TikTok,"
Oh man, I hate
or
I hate that. I
sorry, go
hate that
on.
so much.
Or I get them a lot because, like I said, I'm a social media person, so I get a lot of and some of the tips I like, but uh, there's some that are like the secret recipe to having a large following on Instagram. And like for the most part, it doesn't matter what these people say because they can sure what like I tried one of them. I tried one of the strategies. And yeah, it did get me good engagement and it got me some followers, but first of all, it wasn't sustainable, especially for I'm pretty busy, so I can't do what like the strategy was all the time. But also consistency, yeah, that's a key thing, but you have to have consistent content for people to actually want to listen to you. And that was that I think maybe that this is a good lesson that I liked that this movie taught is you can do all of the things that you're supposed to. and you still might not get famous, and you people still might not give a shit about what you have to say because you done that's what people are telling him is that he doesn't have a good personality. People
Yeah.
follow this Jessie girl even though her stories are annoying. The way that she formats it, even though that's annoying, even though like you know, she just shows her daily life and it's boring to him. People still like that. People like that she's real, that she's, funny. I don't know. It did remind me of that where people are like, well, how does she have a lot of followers and she posts like once a month? Well, because
Yeah.
people like what she does.
The personality behind it. This is it's I don't want to forget. I don't know if I'm ever going to have a chance to say this. I just reminded me of a specific kind of TikTok format that I absolutely hate, and if I see it, I will throw
I
up a
hope it's
little in
one
my
that I
mouth.
really like.
No, it's the ones where the entire video will be there's some really famous TikTok sound. It's a screen cap of a Twitter tweet,
Oh, and they just point at it.
and they just point at it and they like laugh, or they'll be like they'll read it and then they'll just like do a really funny laugh, or like just a obnoxious laugh, or a laugh that they think would be really funny, or just a weird laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the lowest form of content, I think.
See,
I hate
and
that so
that's the
much.
thing though, that
I hate that
but
so
I think
much.
that's what's funny to me about people that are like just make your content viral, because I guess that would be good advice that's what I would tell somebody. I would say if you want to have something go viral, if you want one video to go viral, then do that. Find a really funny tweet, screenshot it, and just do that, because it's easy. It's an easy way to make good, or not good content, but that's an easy way to get people to see your stuff. But then say you do that, you get a ton of followers and people are like, "Okay, I'm in it. This guy's funny. He knows how to find good tweets."
it's it's not even you.
But okay, but that's what I'm going to say.
It's not
But
this
then
guy's funny.
you're stuck in that hole. You're stuck in that circle, or that not circle. You're stuck in that content hole where you can only do that. You can branch out, you can make something else, but then people are going to be like, can you imagine that person and then you follow them for whatever reason, and then the next one they want to do is about like an actual comedy thing. Like they wrote something themselves and it's not good because, like you said, they are just copying somebody else's content, pasting it on top of their video. And then people are going to be like, well, why did I follow this person? And then they're going to unfollow. And so you get clout for one video, but it doesn't sustain.
I didn't follow you for your content.
I followed you because you found somebody else's funny tweet. And
You
some
know where all
people,
the funny tweets are.
well, what
It's
I
just,
used to think is that people like, I don't know if you saw, what does this? Like Ben Schwartz, how he'll tweet something funny and then he'll put on his Instagram. Like a lot of people do that. And so I used to think people did that on TikTok. I didn't realize for a while that it was somebody else's tweets,
it,
typically.
yeah, that's like how
And
bothers
so
me
that's
so
what I
much.
mean, that people, you can find all these ways, like Kurt is. You can find all these insane ways to get a bunch of people to see your shit, but the only real proven way to get people to constantly come back and engage and to care about what you are posting is to be and it's so cliche, but to be yourself and to be true to what you want to do.
Be
And if you
authentic.
just think about setting expectations, I'm like giving a social media seminar right now, but like the expectations that you're setting with every single post that you make. If you make a TikTok and you think about, I'm going to get like 1,000 views, but this is going to be the first time they see any of my content. What does that say about me?
Right.
Because especially with a place like TikTok, it's like shouting, not even into a void, but like you just because you put something out and a lot of people see it doesn't mean you're going to get the same amount of views on your next thing or on the thing before.
Yeah, it's crazy if you see one viral video and look at the others. You just swipe to see their account. It's like,
But even then, how many times do you do that? If it's not a story time that you're interested in, how many times do you go to somebody's account?
yeah, not that often. Pretty much
Exactly.
never.
There you go. Okay, now seminar's over, but
Reel it back.
if you want the full paid no, I'm kidding. Full paid webinar about social media, Link in bio. No, I'm kidding. All right, so there. Oh no, I think. Oh, so so all this to say, when he's watching the comedian story, there is one part that made me actually laugh, and it's when he switches over to watching her on her live, and she shows her grandma. And this part is also kind of cringy because her and her grandma, they just don't seem like they seem like it's scripted the way that she's
Yeah.
talking to her. But when he sees her grandma, he's like, "Well, this isn't relatable. My grandma's dead."
I
That kind of made me laugh.
don't
And
remember that.
I think so. At this point, I did know the thing I didn't like about this movie is that I don't think it knows what it's trying to be. Um, and there's a lot of good examples like we've talked about before, but a really good example of what I wish this movie was the part after this where it looks like he shows up to her house. That
Yeah.
actually freaked me out. When she was in her room and they heard a knock, that actually kind of scared me, like, it creeped me out, and I was like, "Oh, this movie okay, maybe it's been bad up until this point, but it's gonna switch and I'm gonna like it." Spoiler alert, it didn't, but I was just hoping it, like, this one moment, I was like, "Oh, it had so much potential in this one moment for me."
Yeah, and this is where I think the format of the movie helped so much in adding to that creepiness because of the different cameras perspectives that I
Yeah,
haven't
exactly.
really seen in another movie. I mean, like Unfriended, maybe you could argue did that, but this is
Yeah.
just like
I will say
completely different.
it did. I think it might have creeped me out a lot because of this one short story I used to read that I read like a long time ago, but it stuck with me where this guy was playing a PC game. I don't even think
Oh,
I've told Sebastian about this.
I think I
You know
know
which
this
one?
story.
I don't even know where it came from though. Isn't it like from a series of scary stories or something?
It might be a creepy
I
pasta somewhere.
I don't know, but I read it a long time ago. Like when I was in like maybe when I was like a freshman or something. But so the story is that this kid is playing like a PC game, but when I say PC, I mean like Sims, right? Where I think if you remember it better, then you can like interrupt, but he's playing with this guy and I think he's playing like a character, but then the character doesn't. He like stops obeying like what the clicks that he's making. Like when he tries to make him go forward, he doesn't do that, and then he starts talking to him. Like the little character in the game is talking to him, and then he is like walking around, and he's basically now just turned into a spectator where he's watching this like little Sims character just walking around, and he realizes where he's walking around is very familiar, and he doesn't realize until it's a little too late that he's walking in his neighborhood like this Sims character, and then he walks like into his house, but then when he does that, he hears somebody like open his door, and then I think the very last part of the short story is when he gets to his room and he like the door opens and then the story ends. And
Yeah, I
that
think
I remember that so vividly because it scared the shit out of me.
yeah, I think I heard like a different version of that story, but essentially the same.
I'm sure I fucked it up, but
No, I'm sure. It's oh my gosh, I legit I can't remember what I was gonna say. I've never had this happen to me. Essentially, it was the same thing, but
yeah.
it reminds me of a TikTok of pretty much the same thing where it's like you're watching I think I might have sent it to you. You sent it to me, where it's like this red room and this guy's
Oh,
watching a horror movie.
I think I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't go to the basement. Go take a left," and then it's like opens up the door, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, whatever." Very creepy. I like this. This is probably one of my favorite sequences of the movie.
It makes me want to figure out how we could do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But it made me think of that moment. But it made me this part of the movie. It creeped me out, but then it made me laugh because Kyle Mooney was the one that
Mm.
answered the door. That was at the door, and he was at Bobby's. I think that's his name house. But I was very happy when I saw Kyle Mooney because I love him very much. But it also made me realize that I wish. I mean, I don't think the age adds up, but I wish Kyle Mooney played Kurt.
He'd probably be a good one. I feel like he's played him in a SNL skit. I feel like
Yes.
he's played that character somehow.
But I think even if he didn't, maybe I don't want him to be Kurt, but I think he could. I feel bad. I don't want to talk shit, but I feel like he could write a better version of this movie. Like, I wanna know
Oh,
the kind of movie that he would make about this. I would want to see a Kyle Mooney scary movie anyways. I think that would be a very good movie. I don't know, have you seen, what was that movie he made? Brigsby Bear? Is that what it's called?
yeah, but I have not.
Oh, it's so good. Alright, so after this, um, Kurt confronts Bobby, and it's kind of a sad part where he just, Bobby just yells at Kurt, and he's just like, "You're just a sad, little man," kind of thing. And then Kurt kills Bobby, and the stupid I'm assuming it's children watching are like, "Was that real?" They're just questioning if it was real or not.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, just how can you not think it's real? And after this, he streams himself in the shower, and this is where I was like, "Hold up. How is he still allowed to stream? Like, what kind of platform is this?" Because I mean, he's murdering people, yeah, but yeah, at the very least, he's also naked, and he almost made it seem like he was gonna get naked, or he's gonna
Ju-
show his naked body.
That's funny that this is the point. Like he had killed like
I know that. I think,
6 people at this point or something like that.
yeah, but I mean, places like that. Well, I was just thinking of that. Like TikTok, I feel like is quick to ban people for just saying certain words. So I just want to know what kind of place this is that he's
That's true.
streaming on. But yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know. But it did, yeah. This moment was where I was like, wait, hold up. How is he still allowed to stream? And then after this, he picks up his dad, and the movie just gets so much
Yeah.
worse from here. And I thought at least the acting would be better, but it just feels like a bad YouTube sketch. Like all it was missing was those sound effects that Instagram comedians use.
Your boy King Batch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to pop up, honestly. I can't believe he's not involved in this movie somehow.
He probably is.
Probably.
But I I just when they went to the strip club, that whole interaction where he's like, tag me, just made me feel very awkward.
And
And
not
then
even in an interesting way, you know?
yeah, and it didn't make sense that she like followed him after he left
Oh,
and wanted
yeah.
to take him or her to take him somewhere. It didn't make sense at all to me.
Yeah, I think that's my next thing is somehow she convinces him to take her to a taco truck, but why is she there? And then while he's doing that, she wants to take pictures there, and then she's like, "Go buy me tacos because I don't want to wait in line." But then you were standing outside taking pictures in front of it, so
Yeah.
just stand out there for. And also, I don't want to wait in line. There was 2 people in front of them. Oh, just very
By the
annoying.
time they got back to the car, there was more people than when they got there.
Exactly. And then while while he's there, he's waiting in line, and he's having the most cringe conversation with that girl where he's like, I don't know, but on it, to be honest, that was the only realistic part of this. Where I've been to many a food truck at night when I'm kind of drunk outside of a bar, and some weird guy just comes and talks to me. So that I was like, yeah, I feel like this could happen. And then she pulls his gun. She's in the car, and he's ordering stuff. She pulls his gun out. I think he got, I don't know where. Oh, he got a gun from
You got it
Bobby.
from Bobby, yeah. Bobby pulled it on him.
Yeah, and so she pulls the gun out, and then I honestly, when she was taking pictures with it, I was waiting for her to shoot herself. I thought
I
it was
thought
gonna
that's
go
gonna
off
happen
on
too.
accident. But then instead, maybe that was a fake out, because then she drinks the water and just passes out like everybody else does.
She's still streaming too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she was like, "Do people do that where they stream but they look like they're taking pictures?" Did you notice that she was posing, but then there was just comments like, "Girl, what are you doing?"
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Instagram lives, but she whatever she's doing, it works because she had like 60 or 35,000 or something like that.
I know,
A lot of people watch.
I sound like Kurt right now. This isn't even relatable. All right, and so I was kind of shook by this next part, but mostly because I was like, "Where the fuck is this movie going?" It
Yeah,
just I didn't get it at all. So we forgot to say what her name is, but her name is Uno, which is actually kind of a cool name. And she is actually not dead somehow. Well, first of all, sorry, I'm like skipping ahead because Kurt is there in the car eating, and he's like, "Fuck, she's dead." And then police come up, and they're like, "What's happening?" And he's like, "Oh, she's passed out," when she's obviously not breathing. So like, what? and and then I think, well, like, I forgot what happened where Kurt just like freaked out the cops, like he just made them uncomfortable, I guess. So they tell him to get out of the car. And when he does, she wakes up, but she's like yelling and she shoots the cop directly in the face
Doesn't make any sense.
and then runs away. And then Kurt drives away.
He's like, thank God.
And then, but he says that, and then he gets on the highway, but and then there's cars chasing him, or
Yeah.
a cop car chasing him, and I was like, "Okay, where did that car come from?" Um, and then he crashes his car pretty badly.
Kills a bunch of homeless people on the
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. And so after this, we cut to Jesse's show, and I'm like, "Okay, what is happening?"
yeah.
Somehow, so she's starting her show. Well, first I did like I liked Kyle Mooney's part where he was like telling his jokes and nobody
Oh.
was laughing. Oh man, I just wanted I as soon as they showed me him, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna hate this movie even more because they didn't give enough Kyle Mooney."
Yeah.
But, um, so yeah, so after this, Jessie comes on and she starts talking about, or when she's on stage is when we see that Kurt is alive and well and that he's there and he just has a gun. He's just like, where first of all, where is he in a comedy show that he's just sitting there with a gun in his hand
No
and
one knows.
nobody knows? It looks like he's behind the curtain maybe.
It felt like it was supposed to be like the equivalent of like Creep 2, the end of it, but it just didn't hit the same.
Oh yeah, not even close. And so after this, it looks like he's about to kill her. And okay, so there's this moment where he's getting really angry because she starts to talk about him, and the way that they show us that he's angry is that his phone is shaking.
I'm so angry.
That's literally what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my fucking god." Like, and so
No one has ever done that.
I guess I kind of like this moment where she's like talking shit about him, and she's like, "But he's like me. He's like all of us." And I was
Yeah,
like,
we're all
"I
the
guess so."
same. And he's like,
Um,
wait, I shouldn't kill her. Then runs out.
yeah. I mean, I like Joe Keery, but he did not do well in this movie. I don't think so. I think he scratched the surface of something he could do in the future, but this movie wasn't it.
Dang it.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes me not want to. I wish we would have instead watched that other movie that I thought Ryan Reynolds was in. I was just waiting for him to show up and he never did.
Oh.
All right. So then Jesse talks, like I said, she talks about Kurt during her show and how sad he made her and how much she feels like him. And then she decided to swear off social media once and for all. And I said Kurt is literally shaking. And then he runs out of the show and gets a car service called GoGo. A little bit better than Spree, but still like, all the while we see Jesse is out with Kyle Mooney after the show. They're drinking, and he's live streaming her. And then Kurt kills his driver off camera, I'm guessing, because I don't know why we don't see like most of the people that he kills. And then he picks up Jesse from the bar. Somehow, this feels like I don't know if I mean I don't even know if I want to get into the logistics of it, but like how?
No, I feel the same way. When I watched that, I was like,
There's no fucking way. I knew it
right,
too. I knew it was gonna happen.
right before she got in, I was like, there's no freaking way
That's
that this is the
exactly
same one. I was like, there's no freaking way, dude. But yeah, because they're in LA. There's,
yeah.
but it happens.
And the car like
Spree.
and I guess the fucking streets were empty. Like, I don't know, it just felt so unrealistic. And then where am I? Oh,
Well,
and then he goes on this weird rant and says, like, she's like, "Well, where are we going?" And he was like, "Well, we're going home." And she's like, this isn't the way to my house." And he's like, "No, my home." Because
because
his plan now, and you want to explain what his plan
the,
now
the
is?
lesson has changed. He thinks that um, instead of killing her, that's not the lesson. The lesson is that love. I don't know. It was a little confusing that he just wants a power. He wants them to be a power couple, essentially.
Which, how in the fuck did he get to that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the new lesson.
And then she left Kyle Mooney. I'm just upset this whole time. I'm like, how
He
dare you?
he was kind of like a sleazebag in this movie.
I know, but he's funny. No kidding. Yeah, but he was funny in the movie. Like he was more of an interesting character to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't
So
know about
after this, so after this, oh, I like missed an entire thing, but he takes her to like a field or something. Oh, wait, no, what happens?
it's like right by his house, and he sets a poll whether he should essentially make a sex tape, kill her, or marry her.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Fuck, Mary kill," and then somebody in the comments was like, "Dude, that's not how you play." And I was thinking, like, well, that is who gives a shit about how you play?
That's one thing about the comments. It's so funny.
They
All
were
of them
pretty
were
funny.
so funny, and
Yeah,
it must have been so much fun to write those.
I would have had a very good time doing that.
Yeah.
And so after this, she almost gets away. I think he's like this annoying part too, but it kind of happens where he's trying to put his like camera on the dash and it keeps falling. That's happened to me before. So, you know what? I can sympathize. And so he
That
keeps like stopping
that
cuz
was
he's going
another
to
thing.
kill her.
That was another thing where I was like, "There's no freaking way, dude."
Oh, cuz he kept dropping it and
Yeah, I
like
was like, "There's no freaking." I get they're trying to build suspense, but there's no freaking way.
or just do it like twice.
Or just hold it. Just like just hold it.
Why do you need both hands on the wheel for this? At 10 and 2.
Time to kill.
So dumb. So yeah, oh no, I did write this down. Um where am I? Oh, and so they vote to kill her. Da da da. She gets away. And then she gets into the car, drives into the house. Why? And then gets out of the car again. What? And then oh no, she doesn't get out of the car. I think he like opens the car door. Girl, lock the fucking car. How do you
At,
not lock it?
at that point, there's like nothing for. I guess there's a lot for her to do,
Oh no,
but
this
it's
movie
just
just made
like,
me angry.
yeah, it's just a lot of confusing stuff now.
But yeah, so she gets out of the car and I think she like stabs him in the head. Well, this was kind of funny where she stabs him in the eye and then he just runs into the bathroom. He's like,
Oh,
no.
uh,
And then
it's so funny because I put myself in these perspectives. Like, if I was her, what would I do? I would do exactly that. Like when she like wrapped the keys around her hand and was like ready. I would have done the exact same thing, or I thought she should do that. I was like, hey, you need to do
yeah,
that.
that's
You
what I
need to
do
be
when I walk to my car. Yeah. So she gets him and then this part made me like so mad that I was like I was going to say that I wanted to throw up. It was just so like annoying where the dad runs out and he's literally holding a fucking syringe,
ready.
reminding us in case anybody forgot he's an addict. And that's what they do. They just run around with syringes in their hand. If he
Hold-
heard a fucking car slam into his house, you don't think he would take off the rubber band and put the syringe down? Like who like that just made me so angry. Oh, I'm an addict in case anybody forgot.
The world needs to know.
Jesus Christ. Okay, and so then we find out that he killed his mom and the dad acts distraught. But again, hasn't he been there before them? Like, did he not
Oh,
notice that she was dead on the floor?
Just addict things. I don't know. What's funny is I was like, damn. When I found out the mom, like he killed the mom,
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, because
I thought that was
well,
pretty obvious.
the entire time I was like, man, I wonder how the mom feels about this.
Oh, I knew she was dead.
I like that whole time, and then I was like, oh, she wasn't thinking, she's dead.
Also, what is up with that? Why don't we know anything about the mom?
I feel like she's a huge part in the backstory, but we just don't
Yeah.
know.
I
But
don't know. And then
she
Kurt shoots his dad, and Jesse's just filming it. And then finally, Jesse gets into the car again, runs Kurt into the wall with his car. Somebody tells her, you should go check on him, and she does. And I said, I fucking hate this movie. Why? You know what I would do? I'd reverse, go back. Why in the world would you need to care? What would you need to know if he's okay?
at the very least, like, why keep the live stream going? Because she responds
And
to
she's
the
reading it.
and,
Yeah. And they're like, take a selfie with him. And
and she
she's
doesn't.
like, okay. And then it ends with both of them becoming very famous. Jesse has, I did like this, where they show, and they're pretty realistic, like articles and video, or I don't know if it was videos, but like pictures of her in magazines, just like all the stuff that she just got way more famous now because she's a survivor of whatever happened to her. And then Kurt also got famous, mostly on like, I don't know if that was Reddit. I don't know what the hell that was, but he was just like,
Fortunate.
having little, yeah, and people are just fascinated by him. And yeah.
Very like Ted Bundy style.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's what would happen if he was real, but yeah.
And this is
And
where we find out that the movie that we just watched is a culmination of all the clips that those like sympathizers, the Kurt fans, made. So I think that's this movie is like the silver lining is that the reason we don't get a backstory is because we find out there is no backstory because all the information that we have is based off of everything that was posted.
yeah, I guess, but like, hmm. And my last note is I don't know who I hate most, Kurt or you, for making me watch this fucking
I thought it
movie.
would be better. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it wasn't. It's not your fault. But I had no. But I mean, I don't know, high expectations, but I had expectations, and
Yeah.
even then, I was like, my expectations were like on the ground, and it couldn't even reach that. So
Yeah,
there you
not that
go.
good of a movie. I don't know if I'll recommend it, but
I don't. What prop would you steal, Anthony?
I'd easy. It's like a Kurt's World hat.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, me too. Or maybe Uno's backpack. I liked her see-through backpack.
Or the gun. It looked super fake.
Oh yeah, it looked like a water gun.
It
Like
was
one of
like
those.
huge too.
Maybe it was real. I mean, that Bobby asshole, wasn't he wasn't he rich or something? Don't
Yeah.
rich people buy stupid shit?
His character is so funny.
Okay, so I only have 3 fun facts. So during the scene at the taco truck, this is for you, Anthony. A comment on Kurt's stream says, quote, "What up? I'm Jared. I'm 19 and I never fucking learned how to read."
Wait,
In a
wait, he said
reference
that?
to famous Vine by Josh Ovalle?
Oh,
Ovalle?
yeah.
Who plays Bobby in the film. It's okay, so I caught it, but it's so quick.
I didn't know that. That's so funny. Because
I'm
that's like
Jared, and I never fucking learned how to read.
that's iconic Vine right there.
It's very funny. Okay, writer and director Eugene Koldoyarnko, Jesus, sorry, said he did 40 all-nighters writing all the comments and usernames that appear throughout the movie. So he
Oh,
wrote
wow.
all of them.
It's like a month
That's
or
pretty impressive.
longer than a month.
When building the character of Kurt Yunkel, the director and star Joe Keery watched cringe compilations and videos from people without a big following.
You said Yunkel.
Did I
Kurt
really?
Yunkel. Kurt Kunkel. Kurt Kunkel
Yunkel.
is such a funny name.
Yeah, I really like that name.
All right. Well, that was Spree. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's the subtitle. Spree. I'm sorry. I really am.
All right, so do you want to introduce, or I guess I can introduce our new game that will play directly after every movie that we talk about?
Yeah. So I'm sure you guys, everyone's familiar with like, is it 6? I thought it was 7 degrees with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, was it 7?
S- Degrees with Kevin Bacon.
Of.
It of Kevin Bacon. It's where you connect. Yeah, Kevin Bacon is 6 or 7 degrees off of any actor in Hollywood. So that's
Exactly.
that's what we're gonna do. So I'll pick a actor from the movie that I picked, and Livia will pick one from the one that she picked, the last movie, and we'll just alternate.
And then we'll have to connect the two using only movies or only TV shows that they've been in. And so the winner of this is the person who connects these two actors from our own like respective choices using the least amount of degrees. And we have a couple of ground rules. Well, first, let's say that what the stakes are. So the stakes that we've decided not during the recording, obviously, is that the winner gets to choose any movie that the other person has to watch before the next recording.
Yeah, it's already hard enough for us to watch the one movie that we have to watch to record this podcast,
So
but
it's a good punishment.
yeah. And if you guys come up with any other punishments or game ideas, let us know for sure. But these are the ground rules essentially. So number 1, we can't tell each other what actors that we're picking until the moment that we play this game. So I have one in mind, Livia has one in mind, but we haven't told each other, and we'll tell you guys after this. Number 2, we can't do any research on the internet. You can do it beforehand, like I've done a lot because I don't know anyone.
Some prep.
You can
I
do some
forgot
prep.
we were doing this, so I didn't.
I didn't do a whole lot. I did it before we recorded the first part, but
Okay. I'll do the next one. The next is that you have to know the full name of the actor, or you can use the character if you don't know the actor's name that they play, and the full title of the movie or TV show.
subtitle and everything.
Yes. Next is that the winner. Oh, we said that. I forgot that we put that in the ground rules. So the last one is that in the event of a tie, a third party will have to come up with an actor, just a random actor, and then we both have to guess the age, and the closest wins. And this can be somebody like Kayla and Sebastian are sometimes with us when we record, so it could be them, or we have to call somebody and just ask them, "Can you just name a random actor?"
It could even be from our Discord. I
Oh yeah,
just thought about that right now. We could just ask people on our Discord.
yeah,
So
we
if you want
do.
to be a part of that,
Join our Discord.
join our Discord.
And just randomly on a weekday or a Sunday night, if
Eh,
we ask that, you'll know
Honestly,
why.
any day before Thursday,
Yeah, yeah, we don't have a regular schedule.
Sunday to Wednesday, that's when we record. So
Right.
brothersistershow.com.
Just to recap what the game is that we will choose an actor from each movie that we chose. So Anthony will tell us the actor that he is choosing from Spree. I will choose one from Possessor, and then we have to connect the two using only movies or TV shows that they've been in. I think we'll probably take like 5 minutes to do this, to try to connect them. Anthony's going to edit so that you don't have to listen to that. So it'll just be like a second. But yeah, okay. Let me get a piece of paper.
Yeah, I have a sticky note.
All right,
Okay.
Anthony.
I'm a little hesitant to pick this character because I feel like it's just a cheap like whatever. I'll pick.
What's the strategy here?
Well, I want to make it easy for me.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's your strategy.
Okay. So then
You
my
want to make
character.
it easier for you, hard for me. That's my strategy.
Oh. Okay. It's
Which I'm
I
use the kid from Possessor. I'm
I
kidding.
know.
No. It's not. I mean, we're not going to be evil. Like, I'm not going to choose like an obscure person.
I'm gonna pick Kyle Mooney.
Oh shit. Okay, this is gonna be hard then. All right, mine is Christopher Abbott from Possessor. And to remind the audience and probably you, well, maybe not. I forgot his name, Colin or something.
Yeah, he's like the.
He's the possessed.
I know what he's in.
All right. Should we put like time on the clock?
Yeah, let's put 5 minutes on the clock. We'll see
Are
you
you gonna
guys.
do a timer?
Yeah, I'll do a timer.
All right. See you in a minute.
Okay. So, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first? Because
I can go first because I don't know if I mine's kind of risky because I don't know if this is completely correct.
okay, okay, go for it.
All right. So we start with Christopher Abbott from Possessor, right?
Right.
He was in Girls with Adam Driver.
Okay. Oh,
Adam Driver was in Star Wars The Last Jedi with Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill was in Brigsby Bear with Kyle Mooney.
gotcha.
But we have to verify if Mark Hamill was in Brigsby Bear. Because that's a guess. I'm pretty sure that was him because I remember thinking like I don't know if I've seen him in something other than Star Wars.
Yeah, like even
Let me look it up.
voice acting. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, he's Ted Mitchum in the movie. So that is a valid one.
That's a pretty good one. I did that very fast.
Okay. I have mine. Was
Oh wait, mine was 3 degrees.
so you went
Christopher, Adam, that's 1 degree. Adam, Mark, 2, Mark, Kyle, 3.
Okay, mine's 3 too. But I think I'm gonna lose because I didn't get the character. If I get the character's name right, wait,
You can't even guess the actor?
I don't know his name. Okay, Christopher Abbott.
Mm-hmm.
I know I lost it because I don't even know I don't know 2 of them. Okay, Christopher. Oh no, wait, I know the actor. Never mind. Christopher Abbott was in It Comes at Night.
Okay. With?
I think the character's name is Ben. The dad.
You don't know the dad's name?
I don't.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna be very
God.
honest. I do not. Ben or Billy?
No, you said Ben first.
Is it Ben?
No, there's not even a Ben in there. His name is Paul.
Damn it.
His
Okay, I
name is
already
Joel
lost.
Edgerton, Anthony. But I want to know what your thing was.
I think he was in Lone Survivor.
What is that? Joel Edgerton?
Yeah.
I wonder if I could correct. You know what would be great is if I can correct what yours is, because I don't think he is, but Joel Edgerton in what?
Lone Survivor.
What even is that?
It's a Navy SEAL movie.
I don't think so. What was the one after that?
Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. I'm sure he hosted SNL and SNL. Kyle Mooney's on it.
Is that why you chose Kyle Mooney? Because SNL?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
I don't know. You're thinking of Taylor Kitsch.
No,
there's a lot of prominent white men in there, so you can just take your pick.
Yeah, white
Or
man
Ben
with
Foster.
like a that can grow a nice beard, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of went that route. I'll take the loss. I'll take the loss. That's
I wonder if you could go through Joel Edgerton though. Maybe. What else has Kyle Mooney been in? I would say you could go Christopher Abbott, Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton was in The Gift with Jason Bateman. And I'm sure Jason Bateman's hosted SNL before.
No way. There's a movie called Warrior.
Yeah,
Joel
that he was in.
Edgerton
With Tom Hardy?
With Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy definitely hosted SNL.
No, he hasn't. Has he?
I don't know. Well, I think.
What else has Kyle Mooney been in? Oh, I spelled his name wrong. Just Brigsby Bear?
Zoolander 2. Oh, and then Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's for sure hosted SNL.
There's a movie
Anyways,
called Playing It Cool with
I see.
Chris Evans.
Well, you won.
Of course I did.
You won.
Oh, I could. So I saw that Kyle Mooney was in an episode, or a couple episodes of Arrested Development. So you could have went from Christopher Abbott, Joel Edgerton, Jason Bateman, back to Kyle Mooney
But
with Arrested Development.
that's too many degrees.
No, that's the same amount, isn't it?
That's like 4 degrees. Oh no, that's 3.
Oh, I don't even. Oh, okay. I know what you're gonna watch. I forgot what it was called though. Let me figure it out. I think it's called like.
Paul. I knew it was a simple name like that.
I
Damn.
thought you were gonna go through the kid. I was like, I'd be very surprised if you know that actor's name.
Oh no.
Okay, so for the next time, your assignment is to watch. I'm gonna win this every single time,
No, you're not.
and then I'm gonna correct yours without even looking it up. Okay, so I need you to watch this movie. I've told you to watch it before, but I know you're not going to. After? Oh fuck, no, that'll be the next one. You're gonna watch a movie called Strange But True on Netflix.
Oh. Strange, but true.
But true.
Yeah, I remember you saying this. Okay.
This one's got. I mean, hey, you need to take this one. Put the actors in your noggin. It's got Nick Robinson, Amy Ryan from The Office.
Well, this is separate from the pick, like the episode pick.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you got to put this is you just now when you watch movies, you just have to put this in your Rolodex because then you can use them. Is what I'm saying. Greg Kinnear, he's in fucking everything.
Oh, Greg Kinnear's
he's in this movie. Okay, so this is just an assignment for you. I guess we need to clarify that. That's for you to watch next time, and I cannot wait to talk about it because it's the fucking weirdest movie I've ever seen. Yeah. Okay, but now for the real pick that we're gonna watch. So I picked this movie so that we can watch the better version of Spree, the movie that I wanted this movie to be. And we're gonna watch Nightcrawler. I don't know why I haven't picked this one yet.
I don't know either. It's a good one. It's a classic.
Very, very good. Jake Gyllenhaal, probably, dare I say, in his best role yet. I'll say it. Oh, shit. It's been said.
Oh, can't unsay it.
It also gave us the lovely Riz Ahmed. Every single time, I always forget he's in this movie, and it's a great surprise because he's
good in it.
He's very good, but it's like one of those like quiet, amazing performances because I constantly I feel like every time people watch it on like film Twitter, they're like, "Oh fuck, I forgot Riz Ahmed's in this."
That's true.
But yeah, Nightcrawler on Netflix for next time. And I'm very excited to try to connect these movies together. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, we can't pick the same actor, right? Like I can't pick Kyle Mooney again.
Ooh. I don't know. I forgot to ask you about that for the ground rules. What do you think?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I guess it'd be too easy. Okay. See you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Hope you liked the game. Yeah. Oh, let us know what y'all's connections would be.
Yeah, if you have
if you can do better than 3, if you can do it in 2.
In 2?
Let us know. We don't have a prize, but just let us know. I'm sure there's a better way.
Yeah, there's gotta be. I was thinking we'll talk about it later.
I mean, Adam Driver did host SNL, but like
yeah.
I thought mine was funner though, and I knew you were gonna get it.
Blame.
All right. See ya.